Okay, all right. So now we are going to learn about packages. Let me share my screen. So what is package? So package is nothing but a folder. So let's take you have a folder in our Windows or whatever the operating system we are using. So what is the main use of folder? So folder is nothing but you are going to place related files inside that. So all related files is make it as a one set. Similarly here package is nothing but a set of classes which are related to that maintaining as a one group. Okay, that files might be a Java files or some other extension files which is related to your program. So that all together make it as a one folder. So it will be having a folder, subfolder, sub to subfolder like this. You can see. So how it looks like, let's take an whiteboard here. Just a minute. One second. Okay. So in this one, you might see that org dot some company name xyz dot hello, like this you are going to see in your program. Okay, before that let's have a look on. Okay, first let's finish this one, we will see. So you might see that org xyz some company name and followed by your whatever the name it was there in the project name. Okay, so these kind of things when you're going to see, that means org is the one folder and internally another folder. So likewise it will be there. So the first one is org, here is xyz, then hello. Okay, and if you add some other thing, let's take here is some DAO. So dot DAO, if you give it like this, okay, it's continuation. So internally DAO will be here, DAO. So this is the subfolder structure. So org is the parent folder. The next thing is xyz hello DAO. So it will be separated with the dot. So this is the notation when you are going to see in your program. So internally it is maintaining the folder structure is like this. So the same thing we can see it in the existing one. Okay, so if you go back to the existing classes, we have external libraries. Let me take rt.jar is our main one. So in this rt.jar here, if you see, it's a com. Internally Oracle and Sun, these are the two subfolders inside the com. The next thing is it has net, neo, util. So again it has sdp. Okay, similarly neo, if you see the neo here, buffer secret, then util is having the file, and again here web services sit internal and API and IMPL. So these all are the subfolders. Inside the subfolders it has a file. So the naming convention, if you see, com, It's reverse. Oracle.com. It's related to net files. So inside that net file is having a specific Java class. Okay, and again it is Neo is the folder. This is utility classes, and this is for web services related. Okay, so likewise you need to follow the standard. Okay, com Oracle is the company name, and internally whatever the service you are going to offer, the service name, and internally after the service name you can specify that what is the functionality for that. Okay, so that is the naming convention you can follow. The same thing, if you see that Sun also, it's a Java. It has browser related and Swing, and similarly there is the frequent one we can use, util related will be there, arg, it's Apache related all. Okay, so this finally what we can say that whatever the stuff you are going to write it will be maintaining as a folder structure. So this folder will be having that associated information is going to be maintained. It's a JMX internal, it is having so many folders, and again it has two files. So these two files will be giving the a particular folder. So that is related to package. So package here, different kind will be there. So here we can see two kind of packages. One is inbuilt packages, or built-in packages, and another one is user defined packages. So built-in packages means that was given by whoever is offering the service. Let's take this software is given by Java, like Sun Microsystems, beginning of that. After that, Oracle is giving. So those classes or the part of the packages is coming during the software. So those all we call it as a inbuilt packages. Inbuilt packages means it comes from particular software which we are using. So user defined packages means during your development, whatever the name you are going to use, that call it as user defined packages. Okay, let's see the difference here. Whatever you see, these all are inbuilt packages. So packages is nothing but a folder. Okay, so whatever you are going to use it, this all are inbuilt one. If you write your own, okay, we will write one own package. So let's write it one package here, new. If you see here, there is one name is there, package. So package is nothing but I'm just giving here as org or else com dot a to a learner dot, this is core Java. If you hit enter, there is one folder get created. If you go back to the folder structure, just a minute, let me go back to you. Yep, let me scroll it. Workspace, src. See here, we just created com a to a learner core Java. See that this is the way it's going to be maintained. But in the code wise, it will be separating with the dot. See here, dot each word. Okay, so internally I can write one example. So let's take this example as a sample example, sample ex. So this sample example, public static void main, I can use sout sample example. So this is one of the class, it's written inside that. Okay, so if you see the same folder structure, com a to a learner core Java and sample example, this is the way it is get created. So another class, if you want to write it here, so the same thing, you can write inside which is related to you. So these all whatever the package you wrote it, this we call it as a user defined. Okay, so this is user defined related. So user defined in the sense it was created by you, and inbuilt means it has given by the software, whatever the software you are going to be use. Okay, that is existing one. The next thing is, once you done it, we can see that set of jars. See, this is one of the jar. rt.jar is there, resource.jar is there, plugin is there. So what does mean that jar? So Java is nothing but this. Sorry, jar is nothing but Java archive file. Archive file in the sense internally it will be having set of packages. So far we are talking about one package. Let's take, if you see rt.jar, it has so many packages. So when you are going to deal with any of the software will have multiple packages and multiple files. So this all together make it as a one single file, that is call it as a jar. So jar will be having a set of packages. Okay, so that is that particular jar can be used it wherever you require. And sometimes the people will, some of them will call it as jar library. Okay, that is also be the same name. So libraries is nothing but they're talking about jar. Okay, so these jars once it get created, it will be reused across your application. So usually these jars we can put it in the class path if it is required globally. So that class path file will be available when you are going to reuse your application. Okay, so that is the reason what we did during our initial sessions. We put that bin, whatever the jdk we installed, we put it into class path. So if you remember beginning of the days, just go through the videos which we posted earlier. So there we set it after installation of Java, we keep it in the environment variables. The only reason is whatever the libraries it required, that all the libraries already you defined in the class path, it will pick it whenever you are executing your program. So that is one of the reason we put it in the class path level. So the next thing is here, once the jar is get completed, the next include versus import. So this include, you might seen that in C, C++, there was a include concept. So include is nothing but, let's take when you're going to write any of the program. So it requires some inbuilt class information. So in our scenario, if you go back to our program, so there is a string. This string is a class. So this class, when you're going to deal with C or C++, include directives when you're going to use. That means this entire code, whatever the code behind written for this string, that everything will be copy. So this entire code will be copy and place it into the program. Then it start compiling and then executing. That is way of approach will follow when use it include. So in that case, the problem is, let's take if you use 100 classes in your whatever the class you are developing. So all 100 classes source code is copying into your main class. Then it will start compiling and executing. It will be lack of, see, all methods is not required wherever you are using the string. It require very specifically like one or two. Why you unnecessarily copy everything into the memory and compiling? So then the performance will be degrading. That is the reason here in Java is going to use import. So import mainly for, let's take if string is having 5 methods, you're using only one method out of that. So Java what it will do, it will execute at the backend for that whatever the method we required. The end result will be copying into your program. So only the result will back to your program. The rest everything will be out of the memory. So in this case, your application performance will be good, and as well as memory allocation, like it's not going to be copy everything which is unused stuff will not be copying anymore. So that is one of the differences we can say, that include and import. Okay, so that is the reason Java is more faster, and automatically it will be clean up at backend. So it has garbage collector that will be cleaning automatically at a backend. But C++ you have used, developer is the responsible to allocate the memory and deallocate the memory. Okay, so that is the biggest drawback in the previous old languages. So Java and here everything will be taken care by itself. So that is the difference between include and import. So this include and import, if you see here, I'm showing existing one. See, these all are the import related. So this particular string class is required these many external other classes information. So when you want to be use it, you can simply import it, then start using. So I'm going to write one sample example for that to understand better. So here, student list. I'm just giving student list is the one of the class. So here, let's take list is the string, new array list of, list dot add of. Okay, so now system dot, sorry, it should be keep it in method. Okay, if you run it, you can see hello, but here it added imports. So this import array list and list is some other external classes. If you open this one, this array is given by externally. See here, this entire class is defined somewhere. And similarly, list also. This list also is defined somewhere. We're just reusing. To reuse, you can use it import. Okay, this is existing. Array list is existing in java.util is the package. This is called it as a package. What kind of package it is? This is built-in type. Okay, or inbuilt packages. So whatever the package you have written, this is user defined. Okay, user has written his own package. So when you are going to use this particular class, you can import this one. Okay, let's take if I use it the same one in some other location. I'm just opening the existing one. So if I want to use the student list at here, so how I can write it? I can simply import it. So that import will be always at the beginning of the class. Okay, so here you can write it. Import, it will be com dot ata dot core java. Mine is this one. I want to use that particular class. So when you are going to use that, student list, yes, student list, new student list of. Okay, student list dot. So what are the methods it has? You can use it. These all are the object related methods. I will cover it after some time, not now. So here s out, So this is my class name. Okay, like this I can use it. But only thing is here, this is the way you can import it. This is your user defined. But in this scenario, this is inbuilt related. Likewise, you can use it wherever you required. Okay, and if you run it, this will go to this particular student list class. It starts executing there and give it back the result. Okay, so here I'm using the get class. So that class name, see this one, last one. Okay, so this is the way you can use import. And one thing, when you're following the standards, I was missing that during the standard related. So import always be at the beginning of the class. And package, if you see the package is the keyword. So this package and followed by the name, the folder name you can specify. Then it will say that this is my package with the keyword as package keyword. Okay, and whoever is using, they can import with import keyword and followed by this particular folder name. But sometimes you might see like this. So here, instead of particular file name, you might see that this symbol. So what does mean that? So you might see this way. What does mean that whatever the core Java here, so it has two classes, right? So these two classes will be importing into this particular class. So all, let's take if it's having 100 classes, 100 classes will be importing in this particular class. But this is not the best approach. Whatever the class you wanted to be used, you can simply specify that class name. So instead of this star symbol, instead of this one, you need to be specify. Okay, let's take I want this class and another class. If you want, you can specify this way. So this is the best approach. You need to import. So that is the reason here in this import, whatever the student list you use, Java util is same. Util is the folder name. Inside array list and list is two kind of files is exist. But along with that, it has so many. So you are not importing everything. You are just importing whatever you required. It's array list is one of the and the list is another. Okay, this is the way you can use it. Packages. Okay,